So this is game 27 of the match between Cyclone and Fairy Stockfish. Cyclone is red, Fairy Stockfish is black for this first part of the match where 100 games are played. In the second part of the match there are more than 170 games played because I found an interesting thing, and so that made the first 70 games a little less interesting, I think. With that said, game 27, it's very interesting because guess what? It's a draw. And practically draws nearly never happen in Chinese chess between engines. And it's also interesting because it's a very long game, like 84 moves. So there are clearly two aspects of this game that are very interesting. Why a draw is very interesting? Because Chinese chess obviously it's very, very tactical, violent. The fact that both engines were able to achieve a state of equality is kind of strange. If we consider that out of, out of 100 games that were played, I think only, 1, 2, 3, 4, let's see, 5, and, sorry, I'm just counting, 6, 7, maybe 10 games. 10 games were draws, so at 10%. If we see games between engines in chess, generally a 1% is a win, or 2%, and all the rest are draws. So here we have a 10% of draws and 90% of win. And notice, in reality, the 90% of wins can also be divided a little more, because probably 70%, 80% are for win by time, and then there is still a 10% that was won in the traditional manner, giving checkmate or actually stalling the king, which means also is a win. Okay, and now we have obviously here an endgame in which black is doing worse. Why is black doing worse? Because it's missing a piece of a defense, an elephant, and also has only one pawn. Now, with 2 pawns and a horse, I think it's enough to win. So one must be very careful, because practically the 2 pawns enter the building, enter the palace, they kill the advisors, and once they kill the advisor, the other horse give a final blow. But the problem here is that also black has a horse, and so he can neutralize that other horse. And the fact of having an elephant, it's important because when black will be obliged to move, and in a normal situation he wouldn't be able and lose the game, here it will move the elephant. So that's the reason why probably this game was a draw, and that's why I'm going fast. But at least I have explained what should have happened. And as we can see, yes, the black horse was able at least even to block one of the 2 pawns. But I think if this was a human, red was a human, probably would have used the horse to move around and try to enter with the other side. But again, 1 pawn is not enough. And here we see the repetition of moves, and the game is practically over. Okay, and here the game is a draw. So this was game 27, and it's a draw.